This is Monday, February 26, 2024, meeting of the Berlin Board of Assessors. As a preliminary matter, please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you. Take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. This is Kevin Pond, Chair of the Board of Assessors. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me prior to me calling the meeting to order. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Bev Wheeler.
Here.
Roger Bradley.
Here.
Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Linda Barisha.
Here.
Okay. No Joanne tonight? No? Joanne won't be with us?
No.
Okay. Anticipated speakers on the agenda, please respond in the affirmative, but that's only if they're gonna talk. If she's not gonna talk, I'll let her talk if she wishes, so. Okay, with the quorum of the board present, I call this meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. on Monday, February 26, 2024. Okay.
We do have someone else, Susan.
Sue Terrian.
Okay.
And Sue is from who?
She's
Personnel.
actually
Personnel.
Personnel Committee, correct.
Okay.
And then we have C. Larry joining the meeting.
Okay.
And then
Is
we
it-
have someone NN that I'm gonna allow to join the meeting. Just give me a second, please.
Sure. We must be the only movie in town tonight here. Everybody's coming to see us.
Yeah, we're pretty popular tonight.
Oh, yeah. We're
We're the
popular.
early show.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, can you please put the camera and introduce yourself, all of you, so we know for the public who's joining the meeting and your role?
They both have their microphones on.
Carol Leary, just as an attendee.
Okay. Are we good?
Who's NN?
I don't know who that is.
Whether NN is when I'm trying to promote you to a panelist, you're declining.
Do we have to promote them to the panelists so we can see who they are, or they can tell us who they are?
NN is declining to be promoted to a panelist 3 times already, but I
Yeah.
believe they can introduce themselves.
Well, we're going to continue if they don't want to talk about it. We're here for a meeting, so we're going to move on, I guess. I don't know if they're not going to say anything. I can't make them, I don't believe, so. Okay, so are we going to start with the agenda for tonight? Is that where we're starting? I see we have these, why do we have these minutes from these past meetings stacking up here? Can somebody refresh my memory about that?
There was something I forgot to put in to the December or the November meeting, and so Joanne had to correct it, and we have to re-sign that.
Okay, should we go over those to make sure that? I don't
We've
have a
already-
problem.
We've already gone over the November one twice.
Okay,
So we're just waiting for our signature for the approval after the correction.
okay. So what about the December one? How do we get way back there?
I don't know that one. I didn't even notice it was December, Kevin.
Yeah, December 18th. So I don't
18th.
know, if we need to read that over or where we're headed with that. And then we have, it just kind of, January.
Excuse me, Kevin, I got this. So the December one says edit required for November draft meetings, not yet approved. So we just have to sign that.
So the November one was what, Bev? I'm sorry.
The November one had an error on it
Okay,
that had to be corrected.
all right,
And
so
I
do we wanna-
believe she's notating that on the December one, which we would probably have to sign tonight as well.
right, but what was the item we didn't sign or we forgot or got corrected? That's,
The top of my head, I don't remember.
okay. All right, it just seems like we have this backlog of meetings, minutes to go over, and I'm just buried in them, can't figure out who's coming or who's going here. Okay,
Um, may I interrupt?
mhm,
So basically, the last time we're supposed to go over these minutes, but we forgot them or something happened. You did not have them with you, Bev, or it was some kind
Oh,
of
I didn't have, that's right.
correct. That's why this was the last 2 months. It was
That's
some kind
why.
of yeah, and
That's why.
yeah, we just did some correct. So
okay, so
refresh
if
your
everybody,
memory.
is everybody telling me that the November, December, and January are okay?
The
Well,
Jan-
January, we have to approve January's minutes tonight, Kevin.
Okay, all right, so why don't we begin reading through that, if someone wants to read through that for me?
Sure, do you want me to do the whole thing or?
Well, yeah, just kind of blow through it here,
So
call
I'll
the
just
meeting.
do call to order at 6:02. We were all in attendee. Linda was here. We had guests, Peter Hoffman and Carol Leary. Public comment, Peter Hoffman and Carol Leary requested to discuss information regarding an open ATB case. Request was denied, stated no communications during ongoing open ATB case.
Okay, yeah,
And then, we approved we went over the minutes because we corrected the minutes, I should say. And then correspondence, we had the building permit log, most recent was December.
yeah,
They left us the Warren Group report, December and year end. We discussed Mass General Law, Chapter 59, Section 21A, additional compensation to assessor for courses completed as a certified Massachusetts assessor. Discussion is ongoing. 2 of 3 agreed. Details are being researched.
okay. Can I just stop you there for a minute?
I was going to stop it, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just, wondering how we got to 2 of 3 agreed. Because that leads me to believe that we voted of some sort. And I don't want that to be misconstrued, so I'm just I guess I'm questioning the wording and how we got to 2 of 3 agreed.
I don't remember voting on it. I remember discussing it.
I don't remember voting on it. I remember discussing it, and there was discussion on whether it was how, I forget, the stipend uh was supposed to be decided whether it was full-time or part-time, something like that. And then I believe somebody, I don't know, brought it up to the TA. And the TA was supposed to get back.
That's correct. I
Okay.
remember
No,
that.
this is
So,
how it started. I sent an email to Kristen because I had it in previous towns, and she said the board needs to agree. And I did send emails, 3 of you, Bevan, Raj, kind of agreed. They said, I don't see a problem. And then we decided to put it in the agenda. And then we discussed it last meeting, which was January.
right, but I went in, I believe, in front of the personnel, and Kristen was there. And Kristen said she was going to look into what the state requires as a full-time employee. So, and I'm not sure that's why I went there, but that was, to me, the issue at hand. Is a 35-hour employee a full-time person? I can't answer that. If you look in our handbook, I don't know, whatever, it describes a full-time employee as 40 hours. So with that, I was waiting because I've been in the office twice. I did not talk to Kristen, but I talked to Dee, and I believe I was told it has gone to town council for a clarification on what a full-time employee is, what a part-time employee is in the town of Berlin, or what the state says is what a full-time employee. I don't believe they stated. I think it's through the town. The last time I checked, and I've checked on it at least once between now and whenever, that they were still working on it. So I don't know how it can come back to us if the town lawyer has not given us a clarification on the wording.
Okay, this is going, yeah, this isn't tonight's agenda, and it says that details are being researched. So basically, we can discuss this in next meeting. Hopefully, we will have some kind of response.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we can just continue with this.
right. But
with the point.
this wording here, 2 out of 3 agree. It just appears like we voted on it, and I just don't want to make that impression. So, okay, I think the point is made. But as far as I know, we're still waiting.
Correct.
And I'm not sure how we can vote on something we
I
don't.
don't believe it says voted, it said agreed, so it was not for voting.
Right.
Kind of, yeah, so.
Right, I don't disagree, but someone else may interpret it a different way. Okay. All right, Bev, sorry.
That's
Go ahead.
okay, no problem. So next we discussed real estate abatement applications. We had 12 of them received and the inspections were completed. Then we went into the office and signed real estate and personal property abatements, approvals, denials, excise abatements approved, exemption applications, month ending for December excise abatements, month ending for real estate, personal property for 2022, 2023, and 2024. And signature items we have to sign tonight are the November meeting and December meeting minutes. And it says lien certificate. I don't know what that is. And then we have to discuss ATV cases. There's a meeting for 2 cases on January 31st, upcoming Board of Assessors meeting date, and training is going well with Don LaFontaine.
Okay. All right, so that was the 22nd. Okay. So do we note any error or omissions there?
I don't see any. I don't understand what the lien certificate is, Linda.
Those are chapter lands, chapter
Okay.
applications. The one that basically we have them return it every year, and then we prepare all the paperwork and we send it to the Registry of Deeds and record it. Those are called chapter land.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so that is good.
Kev, sorry to interrupt you. Carol has her hand raised, so I'm not sure if she wants to
Okay.
discuss anything.
All right.
Yeah, is that an acknowledgement?
Yeah.
Kevin? Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
go ahead. Yeah.
Just real quick, for the audience consideration who wasn't here or who weren't here, perhaps missed it, would you be able to go over the correction from the November 27th meeting minutes, or will they be available immediately online with some sort of notification that they, by highlighting that item?
So they'll be put online, corrected once she corrects them, once we approve.
So you haven't approved them yet?
Yes, we just voted on it.
Okay, the question is, could you read them? Could you tell me what it is? I know you said you read it twice, but would you mind going over it a third time?
Sure.
Thank you.
You want me to read the entire minutes or just?
No, just one item that needed to be corrected.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was, yeah, now you're gonna make me think.
Omitted.
It was to do with the solar, the Randall Solar. So I had not written in that no vote was needed. And when she went to, when we went to sign it, it wasn't written in. So I mistakenly did not write it in. So they had to be written in before we can approve them.
Okay, thank you.
Joanne corrected it for us.
So that was in November, and where does it show up on December?
It just says signature items, Kevin. So it's listed under the things that we go in the office and sign.
Yeah.
And the last item was, it says minutes - November meeting requires an edit, not signed. So she edited it so December's paper we have to sign is just stating we did.
Is it on this December agenda item thing?
Yeah, look at signature items. Fourth
Okay.
box from the bottom,
Yeah.
last item in the middle. See, it
Okay.
says minutes, November meeting,
Okay. Now I see.
requires an edit, not signed.
Okay. All right. So we edit it and then fixed it, I guess,
Correct.
right?
So
Okay.
we couldn't sign December's minutes because November's wasn't corrected yet.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
kind of. I got it.
Does that
All right,
make
so
sense,
that-
Carol?
Yeah, I was just wondering what the topic was. Thank you very much, Bev.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. All right. I was too, wondering what the thought was. All right, next, are we on to the agenda tonight?
We haven't got there. We got to approve the minutes for January 22nd's meeting.
Okay, so all in favor of the January 22nd as read here, say aye. Bev?
Aye.
Rod?
Aye.
Okay, and I'm an aye. Okay, so
So we
so
motion to
w-
approve.
motion to approve, but we can't sign that tonight, right? Because it's not finished. It has to
Correct.
be, we'll sign it next month. Okay.
Correct.
Tonight you're
Oof.
gonna sign the November and the December.
Right,
It's in, they're all in.
yes.
all-
Okay. Okay, do we want to start our agenda? I have a couple of agendas. I'm not sure what agenda we are on.
February 26th, sir.
Okay, so let's start. We'll see if we can get through that. Okay, so if somebody wants to start slowly, we'll see where we are. Okay.
Who's gonna start, Linda?
So basically, is there anything for discussion? I mean, we have a list of things that I will explain, but is there anything for discussion like the building permit for January? Are there for three of you? The Warren Group report for January? Are there any discussions on those from the previous ones?
Are we reading right off the February 26th agenda?
Yes, I have this, any discussion right here. Do you? I
Okay, so we're under
think-
correspondence, building
Correct.
permits. Okay, Warren Group. Okay,
Yeah, that's where I am.
okay, and it says vote. Okay. Vote and abatements, real and personal. All right.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to vote.
Okay.
It's the vote is just there in case if we have something, and then Bev would take the minutes and write it there, and then we would correct it. So I don't think there's anything to vote tonight. It's just discussion in general.
Okay. But again, this 2 out of 3 agreed is still on this agenda. I just have an issue with the wording of that. That's all.
Okay, maybe we can change it. The wording.
Yeah, to something. I don't know what we would change it to. Okay. But the details are being researched. Yes. Okay. Yep.
So as we discussed, this will continue in the next,
What was that?
we'll continue this on the
Yeah.
next one. Okay.
Yeah.
So, real estate abatement applications. There's 12 real estate application that were received on the month of January.
And real estate applications, they are
Abatement.
abatements. Okay.
Yeah. After
Okay.
the
All
building.
right.
So we had 12. I believe last time some of them were approved. The rest are to be approved, denied tonight. All the paperwork are there. I am pretty much all done with my inspections
Okay.
before I start the analysis, which is gonna happen next month.
Is that all we had was 12 in the total? Or
Yeah,
is this really? Oh, okay. All right.
in total, we
That's-
have
Okay.
all of them were real estate. I did not have no personal property.
Okay. All right, we moving on to signature items.
No, I'm at the inspections completed.
Okay.
So I did a lot of permit inspections because I'm gonna start working on the data next month to get ready to send everything over to the DOR by May. That is my plan, so I can have the tax bills sent on time this year. So this
Do-
is regarding
do-
that.
But in May, and what would that be for? Next November? Or would it be for June? We don't update them in the middle of the year, do we?
The sales analysis, I can run it and work on them for a month too, and then I can submit like a prelim to the DOR so they can just look at the numbers, and then I give enough room if there's feedbacks or to change things, so I'm right on time. And I'm planning this year to have the tax classification hearing around September, and then get everything ready, so hopefully we can print and mail the bills by November, early November. Not like this year, we're a little bit
Yeah.
late. So
Well-
that's why I start working in March, so I have room because there's a lot of feedback back and forth.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I have there, it's in the pile, it's a real estate abatement for a house that there's a house that it's a demo.
Okay.
And it's parcel 231, no longer there's a house, so
Did we go out and see that it was removed?
yes.
Okay.
Crosby Road,
And
Crosby?
we have the parcel ID.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that it's all set, and I did the calculation. We need signature on that, and then we'll issue them a certificate. Next thing is signature items. There's a lot of real estate, personal property abatements, approvals, and denials. Some of the real estate, it's the reports that I did, the settlements for the last couple of years, 22, 23, 24. So we did put them through the fiscal year. Excise abatement. There's a couple of those. And reports for January and February. Exemptions. I had one today. I put it in the pile for signature. It's all set, all the required documentations are there. They provided us with all the necessary paperwork, so please look into that. and approve it. I did check, everything seemed fine. It's the light green application for senior exemptions.
Okay.
So are we all done with every exemption?
No, the deadline is April 1st.
Right. So the ones we are doing tonight either are approved or denied, but there are several hanging in the breeze here to do by April 1st. Is that right?
The deadline is by April 1st. People can apply until April. They can
Till
come.
April 1st?
Yeah.
Oh, so they have plenty of time to apply. Get my application out, get it in there. All right,
Worse.
all
Yeah.
right.
And then the minutes, November meeting, December, January meetings, they're there for signature. The commitment number 6 that went out 2023-07, which is the warrant to collect, and commitment sheet. These need to be signed, and then we just processed the biggest excise commitment. I believe the bills went out last
I got
week.
mine.
You got yours?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I got mine and 2 neighbors too.
Nice. You gonna pay
Great.
theirs?
Like a good neighbor.
I brought it and they said, "Oh, aren't you gonna pay it for me?"
Yeah, so we've been busy.
Okay,
We had a lot of phone calls, and of course, the law allows, in case if you canceled your plates, if you transferred, if something happened with the car that they are entitled, the taxpayers are entitled of abatement. So we had a couple of abatements today and last week, so you will see like a pile of them there that they need to be approved. Right. And then there's reports for personal real estate abatements, like monthly reports that they need to be signed. And then I can give it one to the accounting, one to the treasurer, so we all balance. We do this once a month on real estate and personal property, just so we're on the same page. If I abate something, then the accounting knows and the treasurer's department, I mean, they know, usually they see the report online and then they issue the check. It's just that when 3 of us sit down, we need to be in the same page. So we,
is Dawn doing these motor vehicle abatements now?
yeah, she is
Okay.
doing them, but also, we're there in case if
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
is she kind of taking it over, so to speak?
I think eventually she will.
Got it. Okay,
Yes, she's great.
good.
Yeah. So we'll see. Probably the next 2 weeks we're gonna be busy because this is the biggest commitment, and then there's a lot of change. People don't have that car anymore, or something happens. So we also receive a lot of like from the leasing companies, and so this
Yeah.
is excise abatement month is the February month.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah. In the meantime, I am getting a lot of form of list back, a lot of 3 ABCs. I am planning to send my income and expense forms beginning of March. So everything is on schedule based on when we have to receive them based on Mass General Law. We have an ATB case, March 11th, 2024. I believe everybody is aware and we know the time. We've been all CC'd in that email.
Do we have it says upcoming Board of Assessors meeting date. So that would be next month, or do we have something in between?
No, this would be next month, and the next meeting scheduled is for March 25th, 2024. Because we have these meetings scheduled like a year ahead, because, you know, we need to schedule them since we have I believe it has to do something with Zoom.
I don't know. Okay, as long as somebody's got a date and a time that.
Yeah, we have them till August for this year. I believe each of you have a copy.
Yeah, Joanne
Yeah.
gave us all a copy.
Okay, yeah, because they are all already booked. So the next one will be March 25th.
Okay. All right. Then we have a budget being reviewed by the Finance Committee.
Correct?
Okay,
I went in front of the Finance Committee. I believe it was a couple of Wednesdays ago. I'm not sure which date. Raj, do you remember? You were there.
I was there.
It was the
and
it was the 31st.
Do you remember, Raj?
I remember being there, yes.
Okay.
And recording.
Yes.
we're all in
Yeah.
agreement with that, Raj. That's great. So, can you break that down, that under wages? Can you just break that down for me? Because I cannot seem to decipher where we are with that. Can you do that for me?
Don't actually have the paper with me.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't have the paper with me in front, but I can answer you. Unless I need to log into another computer that it's my work computer. Regarding the wages, what is the question?
So at the selectmen's meeting, it was brought up that it appeared that there was a 3.9% increase in the assessor's salary. And Kristen,
3.9 or 2.5?
no, 3.9. And Kristen explained that it's not that high due to several several things. So I'm just, so the 3.9 looks like 3.9, but it's not 3.9. And then, so how did we then get to the 2.5% then?
So the Molly was 78. My contract is more than Molly's. That's why there's like two columns, the FY24 and the FY25. So the FY24 was left there from Molly. The FY25 was there. So basically it's all formula and the calculation came like 3.9, but it's not 3.9 because I came different. I have a
Right.
different contract than Molly. The 2.5%.
Wait a minute, back up. You have what? I missed the last sentence.
I have a different contract.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So
Yeah.
that's why when the numbers it showed 3.9 thousand, not percent. It was 3,000 and something, the difference, but it's not because I came up
Right.
in a higher place. So
Right.
the
So,
only difference is 2.5.
right.
So the 2%, so I did some history. So all these years, Molly had 2.5% because there's no steps for the assessor. I believe, do we have someone from the personnel here? Maybe we can ask them. Susan is from the personnel committee. Because I believe I'm the only department head that doesn't have steps. So yeah, we have Sue. Sue, is that correct? Yeah, you raised your hand and I cannot hear you. Sue, can you hear me? Okay, she's rejoining as panelist, so she should be able to talk now. Sue, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm not sure if her audio is working.
On my screen, it looks like she's trying to connect to the audio.
Sue, can you hear me? That's okay if it doesn't work, I guess. Maybe her mic is not working and
Maybe.
but is putting their cameras on, which I believe the cameras should be on.
Okay.
So can you put your camera on or?
I don't know. I don't know if she has another computer.
She has a camera as well, I can see. So we lost one panelist, the NN removed their self. Okay, I don't know. I don't think her mic is working. I'm not sure what's the issue.
I don't know. Okay. Well, I don't know if she can hear us or not. So I guess we will continue on.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, what do you think, all of you, like maybe Sue can join us in another next month, since she's from the personnel committee, and then we can discuss this, or since I'm not sure even if she hear us.
I don't know.
Okay, we can continue.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically, Molly always had 2.5%. 2%, it's the COLA that gets approved in the town. Some years can go up to 2.5%. The 2.5%, and Molly did it last couple of years. Last year, they approved the 2.5% the previous year because there was no step. And every department had, every employee in the town has steps besides me. There's no grid.
Well, I'm just, but everybody got 2%. And I'm not
Oh,
sure
Sue's
what,
excuse me, Sue's waving again.
okay.
No, maybe she's just high-fiving.
No.
Okay, so a couple things here. The first one is I'm not really sure what Molly has to do with us. That's my first question. I'm not sure what Molly has to do with us. You just said you have a different contract. So I'm not sure where Molly fits in. And
I'm the
maybe,
same position as Molly.
Huh?
I'm same position as Molly, regardless that we have the same contract with different salaries. But the position is the same, the responsibilities are the same. This is the connection between me and Molly.
I don't know what that was. So, but I just don't see the connection between you and Molly. Molly's gone. That's in the past tense. I don't see that connection. And I think when she got the 2.5, everybody in the town got the 2.5.
There are years that she got the 2.5 when everybody else got the 2% because she did not have steps. Every
Okay.
employee in the town, once a year, they get a step, a raise, which usually it's like $1 or it depends.
No, I don't think it's every year everybody gets a step.
My
think that's-
staff does it, so I don't know about, but I know my staff gets it.
So they got a step plus a 2.5 plus a 2%.
We have the
COLA?
grids. Yes, we have grids. Each of the departments, they get a step once a year until you max
Right.
your steps. And on top of your step, it's the 2%. The 2% is the COLA. It's the cost of living.
Yeah,
adjustment.
I'm not questioning the 2% because my understanding, everybody got that. I'm wondering where the 0.5% came from.
That is the step.
Right, so who do, so you put that in for yourself?
Correct.
Okay. Do you think you should have maybe come to the board to talk about that?
I actually discussed it with you.
Okay, and did we vote on that?
We had a discussion. We didn't vote. I had a discussion with you, not with Roger and Bev.
Okay, and
Yeah, I should have just like reminded
well,
you.
I can't make that assessment by myself. We're a group here. That's why we get voted by the public to oversee things. This is where I'm having a misunderstanding. That's all. So did the other two employees in the assessor's office get an extra half also?
The two other employees have steps. I do not have a step.
Right, so I guess, okay.
That would be a question for personnel, maybe, Kevin.
Yeah, I think so. But I
Why
don't
she would-
think, I think we kind of got a little bit away from steps, my understanding, and the COLA took that place.
If you look at the grid, that I gave the 2% to all of you and I gave the 2% to the staff. In top of that, Joanne's position has a step
Yeah,
every year. Every town, we have steps. This is how it is. Once you max your steps, then that's it. You stay at that level.
yeah,
So the grid, I have the grids in my office. I believe my position and
Understanding is you don't
maybe
have steps, correct?
I'm the
That's-
only department head that doesn't have steps. Everybody else does.
right. But
Yeah.
I guess there's different ways to go about it. You know, uh, um, I'm not sure everybody else has or gets steps. I'm not clear on that, whether they're in the book or they're not. My understanding was the Kohler took kind of diminished the step business. So it's not a guarantee every year, from my understanding. It's not guaranteed. But
I
anyway,
know COLA, it's not guaranteed.
the what?
COLA, it's not guaranteed because it depends if there's money left. Sometimes there's occasions that you don't get a COLA.
Right.
But,
Yes,
oh,
Sue's here.
There she is. Okay. So, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I did for a minute.
You can't hear me.
Yes.
Now I can.
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can't
No,
hear her now.
You're
Can
on
you hear me
mute.
now?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, finally. It would not work. No, everyone does not get steps in the town of Berlin. They only got a COLA. There were no steps given. There are COLAs and merit raises. And the merit raises are few and far between. But not every employee gets a step. Does that answer your question?
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Does every employee get a raise every year?
They get if voted on, because it can change, they can get a COLA. The last few years, except for the COVID year, we did no COLAs. They only get a COLA or a merit raise. We do not do steps for everyone.
Okay.
That can change, but at this point, we do not.
Okay.
so why I have a grid that I go
Yes,
by
please.
every year for
Yes.
my staff. And this year I gave Joanne an extra step. She's literally one more step until she
Was
met.
that- I think that would have had to come to us or get approval from someone, because we do not do steps for everyone except for the union personnel. They get steps. But the other employees do not get a step every year.
Okay, so you're telling me that that grid is not accurate?
The grid is accurate. It is listed as the steps. But people do not get a step increase every year.
Okay, so when I did the budget, since this is my first year, I went and did the research and the history, and I noticed that my staff got the step. However you call it, every year they came into a different bracket because there's different Like
I,
here is 24, next year is 25, so I have to go based on those columns.
I'm not exactly sure right now how you're explaining it. I'd have to sit down with the other committee member because I'm not quite sure. I do know that people do not get a step every year. I know they get a COLA. And even that, sometimes we've decided we just can't afford it.
Yeah, I know for COLA, like sometimes they can't afford it, but I know the steps are kind of a guarantee. But I have a grid, so maybe you know, as a department heads or a department head, we should get educated because I know I did do a step this year and I
Well, then,
added in the budget and in the list, and it was literally I had to change the dollar amount per hour. So that was my
Right.
understanding that there was a grid and I have to go based on the grid for that fiscal year because I have different fiscal years.
then I think maybe we need to sit down with your supervisor, so the town administrator and the personnel, because we do not give steps every year. And we never have. Yes, there is a grid, so we know where people are and the steps can happen. But people do not automatically get a step every year. So that's all I can offer. Sorry about the computer mess.
That's okay.
Okay.
Do
I'm
we have
going to
anything else for her? No more questions for Sue?
run down. I'm going to run down to the selectmen's meeting now.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
All
I
right,
will
thank
see you
you.
all
Thank
later.
you. Thank you.
So my question, I guess, I know you presented your budget to the selectmen and to the uh finance committee. Have they approved them?
I don't know how the approval process goes in this town yet. I
Okay.
am not there yet, so I don't know what I believe they have to go through all the departments, or I don't know.
Oh, okay. So it
So I
sounds
guess-
like there may be some need to, I don't know, unscramble a couple of things. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I think in all fairness to every town employee, I think we should probably just go back and fix whatever we think is wrong with whatever we're doing. That's what I think we should do. And then that gets ironed out and we'll resubmit or go in front of the board of whatever they
Select
are.
board.
Yeah, the select
Done
board.
this with Kristen, right? Your budget with Kristen? Yeah.
We
She,
went in front of the finance committee as well.
Right, but they didn't work on it, right? The finance committee, they just looked at it. Is that correct? Or did they work on this with you?
I don't know what are their procedures. We have to submit as a department head, and then I don't know how they
Right, but that budget was put together before you went to them, correct? Okay. Nothing.
Carol has a question.
Yep.
Hi, sorry. Kevin, I don't understand. What do you think you're doing wrong? The conversation that just happened ensued as a result, I believe, of you going over line items for or questioning the salary, or the fiscal, the new budget. Is that correct? In listening to what happened, I don't understand what you think you're doing wrong. If you can tell me.
Well, I think what has happened is everyone got a 2% cost of living adjustment. Okay?
Excuse the interruption, but it hasn't been approved yet, has it?
And no, it hasn't, from my understanding.
Okay.
But somewhere along the line, we in our assessors group are giving, quote, steps out.
Correct. And again, that's not wrong based on what
Well,
I mean, that included, it sounds to me that would include a reclassification of HR for that one particular group. That's a whole different undertaking from what your discussion. That's big. That's a different issue than signing the budget line item.
Well, I don't.
And that has not yet been approved. I mean, you can write what you haven't wronged yet. I think.
Right, there's time to do that. Right, that's why we're here. I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I don't think you've done anything wrong. Just just a comment, and then I'll let you figure it out. But just from an observation standpoint, I don't think anything's is wrong.
No, but we need to, I guess, see if steps were given.
Yeah, what's happened is a can of worms has been opened, but that's why you guys have been put where you are, and good luck.
Right, people have voted me in to do these things, and I'm trying to do them.
Right, understood. I'm gonna just let you continue and continue as an observer, as I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
But I'll raise my hand if I have another question.
Okay. I'm trying to answer it. Not doing that for the job, but.
No, you are. Thank you.
So, okay, so somewhere along the line, we have, I guess, people have gotten steps. I can't say not unknowingly, or we submitted the wrong paperwork, or whatever we did. I personally think that needs to be corrected before we go, quote, any further or whatever. That's my own personal opinion. And I was not at, but I did observe the board of the select board's meeting that an extra 0.5% was approved by the board, approved or something. And I don't know where that line item came from, because I don't remember voting for the extra 0.5%. Now, we certainly could have, but I don't remember that. And when someone from the personnel committee said there are no steps, what happens here is it gets a little out of control. You get a little bit of a snowball effect where, someone on the highway gets wind of this, and they didn't get this, and then so-and-so across the hall didn't get that. So if we can just correct this and move on, I think, or clarify it, maybe I should say, not correct, clarify what we're doing. That's all. Okay. Bev, you have anything to say, or?
I was going to say, Kevin, remember we ran into an instance with this on a new hiree, and it became COLA time, review time, and they were barely with us a few months, and they went up a grade. That was when Molly was, I know she's gone now, but that did,
Yeah,
You know-
so is that employee.
that's true.
I don't remember. I don't remember that, but it just seems like a pretty good deal where you get a step and then a 2% increase, and you pick up $2 an hour raise. I'm the wrong person to be in this seat when it comes to all that. Okay, I've worked for somebody, multiple people over the years. I'm not familiar with town government, exactly how that works, but I think as a group, all of us, we need to step back, see what took place, and fix it and move forward. That's my comment.
Well, it seems like there needs to be some clarification between personnel
Yeah,
and the department head and
right,
Kristen, I guess,
right,
about how steps are given and, we don't have any guidance here.
right,
Sue says that they don't normally give out steps. And
right. That what
we should have the guidance, or it should be, you
I
know,
think.
disseminated amongst the department heads.
I'll let you take that over, Raj.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Linda took charge and she presented a
Yeah.
budget, and she went to Kristen, and Kristen looked it over and she said it was okay, or she thought it was good. Well, Kristen should know the guidelines as well as the personnel, I would think. Maybe not.
I don't disagree. But the comment that Kristen made was the extra 0.5% was voted or approved by the
Agreed,
assessors.
yeah.
Agreed, approved, whatever,
By the board.
assessors, by the board, right? So, and I literally have people calling me asking me why that happened. That's all. That's all it is. No big deal.
Well,
So-
we'll get it straightened out.
All right, so what is our plan? Somebody just tell me what this plan is.
Plan for what? To get it straightened out?
Yep, that's what I want to
Well-
hear.
Somebody has to speak to personnel, I would think, my opinion, personnel committee
Okay,
and Kristen,
okay.
right? Because,
So I don't have an issue going to the personnel and trying to figure that out. Okay,
and then Kristen, and if need be, the select board.
okay. I don't know if I can do all those things. But so the first thing is we're going to go to personnel. What was the next one? Kristen?
Kristen, the TA,
Yeah,
and last would be the select board, would have to approve it or deny it.
or is that the finance committee who does that?
Oh, I'm not sure on that. I'm not in
Yeah.
on the FinCom. How that schedule works.
Yeah, okay, so. All right. Any thoughts or comments on that plan of procedure?
No, I think we have to do it that way to get the correct answers. I mean, we can't be having Berlin employees running off a 2020 whatever handbook that is incorrect. You know, if people think they get a raise every year,
Right.
there are many people amongst the four of us probably that worked for companies for years and we didn't get a raise.
Yep, been there. Been there. So how long did Dawn get a step in a 2% increase?
Dawn just started it.
Hmm?
Dawn just started it a month ago, so I did the-
Right. So did she get the
Not this year
2%?
because the 2%, everybody gets it as July 1st, I believe. That's my understanding. Now I'm
Right.
confused. I don't know how things run in the town. I don't know.
What?
I don't know how the 2% is applied.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I'm confused.
I think it goes to every employee, the 2%. Okay.
I believe you're right, Kev.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't, I don't know how long this is gonna take to clarify, but isn't there a time constraint on
The budget.
the budget and finance committee approval or something? I don't know.
yeah, I don't disagree with all that. So maybe it goes, maybe I have to see somebody else first. And then work it backwards or whatever. Okay. All right. Any more items on our list? I would like to put on another category, new business and old business.
Then will be 2 pages.
Well, we don't want to do that. Well, if we didn't have 12 lined items under minutes, we could stuff it in there.
That's a one-time thing, Kevin. That's the first time that's ever happened. Come
But-
on now.
But I just think we should have,
What do you
you-
want to have? So I can write it down.
a category for new business and old business.
Okay.
I just think sometimes if an old business item came up that we're still lagging on to,
Okay, new business and old business, correct?
right?
Can I interrupt you two for 1 second? Berlin Zoom has a hand up in a blue box and Carol has her hand up again.
Okay.
Raj, does that mean you have to go?
No.
Oh,
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 we,
it's Peter.
I
Okay.
don't know why I'm called Berlin Zoom. Where did I intend to have my hand up?
Berlin
So-
Zoom 3.
Yeah, I just came off of the EDC meeting, so maybe that's why.
And
Okay.
then-
Anyway, let's continue.
All right. So do you have a question?
Oh, Carol
I-
had her hand up.
I do have a legitimate question and a suggestion. If it does get over 2 pages, use smaller font. However, the real question is it 2% across the board? And I'm sorry to bring you into HR for this, but is this 2% across the board? Or is it 2% retroactive for new employees, like the woman you had mentioned, regardless who it is? It's just a blanket. Is it retro 2%? Or is it 2% across the board?
Well, I'm not
That's-
sure what retro is, but it starts going forward. My understanding, all the employees get a 2% cost of living adjustment. Does that answer your question? There's no retro.
Okay,
Like
thank
going
you.
back, like going back.
Yeah, so I'd only get, if I started in October, I'd get, 2/12 of the year.
No, it goes from, what is that?
July 1st.
July 1st. That's when it
It starts with-
starts. Yeah.
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 All right, thank you.
Yeah. Good call. Okay. All right. Anything else on this agenda here?
Cyclicals. Did we cover that, Linda? Yes?
Yeah, the inspections are
Okay.
on.
Okay,
That's usually it's ongoing the whole year.
all right. So March 25th is our
Yep.
next meeting.
Yes,
Have we covered everything?
we
Bev,
have. Yes,
Raj,
Yes, I think so.
I'm with you. I think so, but I'm not sure.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not sure of a lot of things.
Me too. We good? Linda, do you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I guess
you-
I'll take,
you going to sign tonight? Or do you
I have-
guys have to go to the select board meeting?
no,
No, we can sign tonight.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
yeah. Okay.
sounds good.
With that, we're going to have a motion to end the meeting.
I make the motion.
I'll second the
Right.
motion.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
7:17 PM.